Greetings YouTube. Apologies first of all for not posting for a while. It's been rather hectic in my personal life. Family member not been too well, lots of trips to the hospital for tests, operations, etc, etc. So I haven't had a chance to do any walking for 3 or 4 weeks, but all's well, good now. So today's the first chance to come out for a walk. Pity really, it was a lovely crisp clear morning, but the clouds just rolled over, so don't know whether we'll get any sunshine today, but nevertheless still a nice day. Quite chilly at the moment, hence all the hat and clobber, and I'm talking nonsense as per usual. Anyway, I'm doing a short walk today from Codford up to Chitterne, up onto the edge of Salisbury Plain on the Imber perimeter walk, only for a short distance to Knook Castle, and then back down towards Codford. It's about 8.5 miles, just over 8.5 miles I think. Anyway, chat soon. Some quite funny looking lumpy great big hedges. They must take a bit of cutting. I think it's going to be one of those days where you have a constant little dew drop on the end of your nose. I don't know if you can see. Constantly having to blow my nose, not because I've got a cold, but because moisture on the end of it. But anyway, it's quite nice to get outside. Yeah, I haven't had much fresh air and exercise for a while now, so it is good to get outside and get some fresh air into your lungs. The weather recently has been very overcast. We had quite heavy frost last night, so I was hoping today was going to be sunny, but it's gone cloudy, and I think there's some wet weather due later. It's supposed to get milder again. Anyway, that's enough of the weather forecast. It's now that time of year when there's loads of pheasant shoots going on. Yeah, quite a few guns in the background. I think, I don't know if this camera will pick it out, but over on the hill over there in the distance you've got the beaters with their orange flags, shall we say, trying to get the birds off the ground. Whatever your views on it, it does provide an income and employment around these areas, so I can understand why it's done. Although I don't necessarily like some of the hooray Henrys that come down and shoot, but if it's just a local syndicate, etc., I haven't got a problem with them at all. The old world will soon better days. been a relatively dry winter so far. This riverbed is dry, which obviously is only what they call one of the winter bournes, little brooks that only rise in the winter, but yeah, completely dry at the moment. Back on the road now. Got a couple of cows for company. I don't know how much you can see of this, but coming up to Salisbury Plain, within the bylaw area as such, but we are permitted to be on this bit because we're going just up here, which will join the Imber Range perimeter path. As it is, even though the range isn't open yet, there is actually no activity at all now because of Christmas. I think the army have been on holiday for at least the last week, if not 2 weeks. So there's no activity at all here at the moment. But I think it's from something like the 28th or the 29th through to the 4th of January, there will be access, albeit limited access, to Imber Village. You can't just walk anywhere you want on this part of the Salisbury Plain because there is so much ordnance around, so you've got to stick to one or two byways that you're permitted to use, but that's about it. I did a walk to Imber last August. It was actually quite a boring walk, purely because there was only 2 roads you were allowed to walk on, so you didn't get to see very much of Salisbury Plain, the nice parts, I would say, anyway. Anyway, so this is our one and only real climb of the day. It's not that steep. I suppose just enough to get the heart rate going a bit. What a load of bullocks. I was just coming up to the military road. The MOD built this road from back at Tidworth Garrison across Salisbury Plain all the way through to Warminster Garrison to save the military traffic having to use the A303 and the A36. It's not open to civilian traffic at all. So I've just gone past the halfway point, found a couple of old tyres to sit on and stop and have the obligatory cup of coffee. Not that you can see anything, but over there is Knook Castle, which I think is pretty much just an old Iron Age hill fort, earthworks, round circular sort of thing. You can't get to it, there's no access as such. I've know nothing about it, but if I do find out anything, then I'll shove it up on the screen. There's another shoot going on in the distance over there. I don't know if you can see the orange flags waving, the beaters, and then the circle of sheep. And that down there is Knook Army Camp. And then beyond that in the distance is the forests of Longleat. I'm actually finding it quite hard going today. It's amazing how quickly you get out of condition. I mean, I've been doing a bit of exercise on an exercise bike, but I haven't been walking for probably 3 weeks now. And yeah, it's amazing how quickly you get out of condition. My feet are aching. My glutes, I think it is, are aching slightly. Yeah, so quite surprising really, because aerobically I'm fitter than I have been for a long time. But yeah, just not using the muscles, they soon get out of condition. So it's teaching me a lesson, because obviously my big plan is next summer, in sort of May, June time, I want to walk the whole of the southwest coast path, Somerset, Devon, Cornwall, and most of Dorset, 630 odd miles of it, and carrying a backpack as well. So I am going to have to get myself into tip-top condition prior to starting that. And well, I mean, like, you want to keep ticking over, but there's no point getting yourself into condition too soon and then easing off, because as I've proven, you can quickly get out of condition. So I think it's just a case of keep plodding, doing what I'm doing, and then in the 6 weeks leading up to sort of April, end of March, April, I need to put in some serious training and maintain that before I start the walk. So yeah, coming towards the end of the walk now. As I say a bit earlier, it was actually turned out to be a bit tougher than I expected. It's 5 to 1, so it's taken literally just over 3 hours. Yeah, not the most interesting of walks, or particularly great views to see, but anyway, it's I've had a bit of exercise, a bit of fresh air, which is always good, and a chance just to stretch the legs. Anyway, this will be my last walk before Christmas, so Merry Christmas to you all, and thank you to my subscribers for following me. And please, if anybody else is new to this channel, click the subscribe and like buttons. Take care.